there are fruits that will come out of this project that you probably didn't think of. These are some of the fruits of developing Creation Care Ministry in your church. I found 7 of them. These are things that people were not expecting. When they started greening their church, they found all of these things sprouting, these secondhand effects that were very positive. So here there are 7 fruits of Creation Care Ministry. The first one is youth. The youth get involved. The young persons are present in more than 3/4 of the green teams I know. Young persons don't necessarily want to be on other committees in the church. And youth ministry is great, but now to have a green team on a church also means that it's a new open door. So youth can actually get involved in the church. The second fruit are new volunteers. Now, one of the first criticisms I hear anywhere I go promoting Creation Care Ministry is, a green team? Oh, another committee. And our volunteers are already spread thin enough. You won't have more people on this green team. And then I'd simply say, wait and see. And what happens? Well, new people. New people actually get involved in this green team. People who are just sitting in the pews, or sometimes people who are not sitting in the pews, that are friendly, that come and get involved in the church and get things moving. So count on new volunteers. The third very positive fruit to come out of this is that it's a new project. Churches are closing here and there. We're kind of depressed of what's happening. People aren't practicing their religion so much anymore. And so we're kind of stuck with trying to survive and getting through it all. But finally we come with this new project. Something, a crisis that's even bigger than the church crisis is the environmental crisis. And now we're doing things. We're very positive. We as a community are having a positive impact. Fourth is the economy, the saving. Just saving money. And that for the administrators is really interesting and really convincing. Now, there are so many things that can be done in the church just differently, thanks to environmental values, that, finally it reduces the bills as well. For example, having little posters here and there in the church, reminding people to turn off the lights if they're not in the room anymore, or not printing paper so much, or even just thinking of the times where people rent the spaces. There's a way to do that maybe in the winter time, have people come at the same time to rent, so that way you're bringing up the heating just for a while and then the rest of the week can stay cold and it's not a problem. There are just so many ways to do this. But what I'm getting at is that there are lots of savings, and those savings can go towards other ministries, the mission of the church. Another fruit is dialogue. More specifically, ecumenical dialogue, interchurch dialogue. Because when a church starts being very active when it comes to creation care, after a certain time, another church from another denomination might start getting really interested in it too. And then they look around to find expertise, and what do they find? Another church from another denomination that's doing the same thing. And then these committees meet each other, sometimes organize common events. And then another denomination say, hey, I want to get on board too. And then you get these regional effects, which is, I think, just really amazing. Another one is outreach. Now, it's very healthy for a church to get out of its internal dynamic and give this love of God to the neighborhood around. So building these relationships and partnerships with other community centers and environmental groups mostly. So a new type of outreach. And finally, positive coverage from the media. This is the last fruit, and a very interesting one at that, because when there's environmental action in a church, well, then we can also inform the media. And then they can come take pictures, write an article, a reporter can come, show what's happening, and this is good news we have to share. So all of these 7 fruits, I'm not promising it's going to happen in your church. I'm certainly not promising all 7 will. But I can tell you, I've seen it in dozens and dozens of churches where these fruit just were sprouting, and these weren't the goals. But it just might happen in your church by doing Creation Care Ministry.